Welcome friends, I'm Becca. Thank you so much for joining me here at this magic house for a tarot reading. These are pick a card readings, so you'll be asked to choose between these four piles, and as usual, these are general readings, not personal readings, so they're not going to resonate with everyone, but I hope we all find something we can pull from and just kind of put the other things aside. So I thought today we could do some fresh start readings, some what direction should I go readings, some what's next in my life readings. There's a lot of big energies happening in the world right now, and that kind of like what's next is a big feeling on a lot of people's minds. Our big outer planet conjunctions are winding down. There's another one with Jupiter and Pluto this week, and Jupiter and Saturn next month, and then, we'll kind of be out of this cycle. So, thinking about what's next, what you should be working on. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and I'll put them up here so you can see them a little bit more clearly, and then switch the full screen. If I just want to say these aces are from my New Age deck, and I did do a review of that a couple of weeks ago. It's a deck from the 80s that has some unusual interpretations, and so I use it more for signifiers like this than from reading directly. But there are timestamps in the description if you want to go right to your pile. I will just want to say, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Even if you don't like this video, if you want to leave me a comment and tell me what I did wrong, tell me what I did right. I love interacting with you. It really helps me become a better tarot reader. I've been doing this for 30 years, but every interaction helps me be a better reader. So I love hearing from everyone, and I try to respond to all comments. So just take another look and pick your pile, and we'll get right into your reading. Thank you so much. Welcome back to everyone who chose the Ace of Swords. So, this Ace of Swords imagery, I love this imagery of this card, how the sun and the moon and just, that balance. It's a lovely image. So different from many of the Ace of Swords that you see in other decks, one of which, of course, is right here beside it. So we will get to that. Okay, so where you are right now, you definitely have a lot going on. Where, I'm seeing with, in the Aquarian deck, so I have, 3 decks here, and with the Aquarian, where you have the Page of Cups and the Magician here, you're really relying on guidance from your intuition, from, just really from your heart. You're letting your heart lead. But also with the Magician here, you're at a place that you're ready to start a new thing. You are really ready to push forward. I think that, you chose this Ace of Swords because I think that you are ready to make that decisive strike and move forward from your position and really be your own person. But you are where you are right now. You do have this 5 of Cups here, which the disappointment card, and it's just you're listening to your emotions, you're listening to your heart, but it's feeling like you're ready to move forward, but every time you do move forward, you seem to be having these stumbling blocks that are really just kind of, it's nothing terrible is happening, but it's not what you want. It's not the good thing that you should be getting from this work you're putting in. With this King of Wands here, you are ready to lead. You're ready to take that power, which, with the Magician shows as well. And then we have here the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Wands. And so this is, this is more, it says conflict on this card, but it's more, there are other people involved with this, situation that you want to take control of. There are, there were more steps than you imagined that they would be. So I think that, there's these two fives here, and fives are usually indicate an unbalanced state of some sort, that things aren't gelling the way that they should, that things are just kind of messed up. And so with cups and wands, this is both emotions and passions. They're just, they're tangled up, they're messy, they're not moving forward the way they should. And this Knight of Pentacles here is saying that, you are making progress. You are starting those steps to build a better future for yourself. But things are slow. Things are slower than you expected. You want that swords energy. You wanted the Knight of Swords rushing in to do, to make the change. And you got this kind of slow, plodding Knight of Pentacles getting his job done. And you want to be wowed. And things are just going to crawl at their slow pace. So that's where you are right now. What you're looking for over here, we have the Ace of Rods, the Son of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So you're looking for that fire energy. This is, all wands here. You're looking for that passion. You're looking for that inspiration and just that fire to really burn you forward. And I think because things are going so slow, you want that wands energy to just speed things up and go, go, go. So, what you're looking for here, although, you chose the Ace of Swords here, and these other cards here with the Ace of Swords, failure, and the Five of Swords are things to avoid. So it's interesting that you picked the identifier of the Ace of Swords, but what you really want is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords, it's probably bad for you if you're pulling in that direction. So the Ace of Wands is, aces are new starts. That's why I picked them as identifiers for this spread. And yeah, you want a new spark to put fire under this project or under your life, because things are just crawling and it's, you're not happy with it. And understandably, you want progress and it's going so slow. So yeah, and with the Seven of Wands here, I think the Seven of Wands, I think, is in direct, is talking directly to this Five of Wands up here in your current situation where, the fives and everything's all tangled up. And then the Seven, someone rises up and says, no, I'm in charge. It's really, it is work to take that power. But it is, the King of Wands here has that power to take. So that's what you want. That's what you're pulling for, is to be the person that rises up above the fray, to be the person who is in control, to have that spark, that fire that pushes you forward. The things that are kind of draw you away, the things that are going to stand in your path, the things that you need to try to avoid, we have the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Stones, and the Five of Swords. And stones, this is the handle deck, and stones are pentacles in another deck. So obviously the Seven of Stones says failure on it. So yes, you want to avoid failure. That's sort of on the nose. But I think, you're looking for fire, you're looking for passion, you're looking for inspiration. You want to stay out of this swords headspace of overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of cutting everything down. Because I think you're having a really hard time with your passion, letting it flourish, letting it lead you. And I don't mean passion necessarily possibly, but not necessarily in a romantic love type passion, but just being passionate for anything, passionate for your job, passionate for a hobby, passionate for your artwork, passionate for your whatever, your political cause. You're looking for that passion that really drives you, that makes you want to get up in the morning and makes you want to, do the work of your day, makes you want to talk to the people in your life. And the Ace of Swords here is telling me that you're drawn to this Ace of Swords energy. You're drawn to this mental, cutting things down, dissecting them, figuring out how things work, And that's really killing your passion. You can't, because passion isn't logical. And if you're trying to apply logic to the things that make you burn with excitement, that's gonna kill that. So I think, and that's, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Stones here, is just, it's hard work that doesn't lead to where you want it to go. And then the Five of Swords is, again, it's another five. We're getting a lot of fives here of this kind of chaotic energy, this instability. And this is of, that mental energy that you're drawn towards. And this is, other people kind of coming at you maybe, or it's an unwinnable war that it's a death spiral. And I think that sort of, that swordy energy, that mental energy is just bad for you right now. Although that is something that you are drawn to, that you might have a natural affinity for. But right now in your life, really, listen to your heart of this Page of Cups here. It has the right idea. It will lead you into being able to take on that fire better. And where I see things going for you, what I think your next steps are, you have a project that's not working out anymore. I think not only are you too caught up in mentally dissecting what is going on in your life, you're too caught up in, well, I've already done all of that stuff, I might as well keep doing it. And it's keeping you from the things that you'd want to be doing instead. So, we have the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Page of Rods, the Devil, and the Four of Swords. So we've gone from this very instability, lots of fives going on up here, to there's two fours in the advice part, and fours are stable. Fours are finding that ground, especially we have Wands and Swords. They're very stable in those elements. And what I'm seeing here, even with the Devil, and especially the Devil in the Handle deck, it's not the bad news that the Devil often is. And with these cards around it, it's not it's the Devil card. It's really about, I think it goes back to this Wands energy. It's about being tempted. It is about doing something that you wouldn't normally do. It's about crossing over your comfort zone. And, I'm not seeing bad cards around it. I think that it can actually do you a lot of good to cross over your comfort zone right now, to take that risk, to say like, well, why am I being tempted about this? Is it something that maybe I should look into? Why have I stopped myself from doing this? So the Two of Swords is about, it's called the Peace card in this deck, and it's about really calming that mental energy and making a really clear-headed choice about where you want to be. The Four of Wands is a kind of celebratory card. It's about, community getting together and building something. The Page of Rods is bringing you a message of rods. And with this Page of Rods down here, it's the pages are messengers, and this is the messenger of rods, of inspiration, of passion. So I think, that's what you want. That's what, you want this new start. And I think that you've already possibly received some of these messages, but this Swords energy that is so compelling to you has dismissed them as not practical and not worth doing, and has been telling you that they are the devil, that they are something bad that you shouldn't be doing. And of course, consider them carefully. Don't do anything that you shouldn't. Wherever your personal morality and laws of your location are. But yeah, I think that here the devil just wants you to have a little fun, and to be a little bit naughty. And so this isn't the sort of subjugation and being, controlled by someone else that especially in this deck, that would be, this deck would be reversed if that was the case. So this is just kind of, pushing you cross those boundaries a little bit, see what else is out there, do something unusual for you. Then, with the Four of Swords, also, maybe doing something unusual for you is taking a nap. Saying no might be this unusual thing that you think is crossing borders, because I think with this with your swords energy that you're pushing for, you might have you might have this like thought that you just have to keep going, and you have this guilt about not constantly performing, not constantly working, not constantly pushing towards something, not constantly working. And that the Four of Swords is saying that, maybe you just want to withdraw a little bit and take a rest and take a nap. So I think, the naughty thing that the devil might be telling you to do is simply to say no to some of your obligations and take time for yourself. And so that you can actually like think about what's inspiring to you and think about how you can change things. Because, with this Eight of Cups, I think what you've been doing isn't working. And you definitely, there's really good cards here that, especially like, the Four of Wands that, and the Page of Rods, the Wands, Rods in the different decks here. But, kind of this, you have this fire energy waiting for you, but there's, the things that you're doing right now are not leaving you enough space for that, and also kind of distracting you from that. I will say the devil is also the card of Capricorn. So there might be a Capricorn in your life that is working this somehow. Or it could be just like Capricorn energy, which is rather businesslike. So it's interesting that, the systems conflate Capricorn energy with the devil. I have a Capricorn moon, so I don't think that the Capricorn is the devil. But yeah, so there's sort of this like business energy of being meticulous. So it's like, be a little naughty, cross the borders, but also, there's that Capricorn energy that wants things to still kind of stay within its realm. So it's a little bit of a contradiction there. But I think, yeah, you really need to look for your passion. You need to go towards that, because what you're doing right now, it's not stable. You can't keep it going the way that it's going. And it might be a completely different path that you need to take that is really, inspiring to you and fuels your passion. And really, with this page, like I said, keep an eye out for those messengers, because you will be hearing something that will lead you in your right direction. So I hope this was useful for you. As I said in the beginning, if you liked it, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment so we can talk about the reading. I'd love to talk with you. Thank you so much, and stay safe out there. Welcome everyone who chose the Ace of Cups. So we have here this sun rising in this chalice, and with the moons and the waves behind it. So yeah, you're drawn to that watery energy, that sunshiny energy. So let's see what's going on for you right now and where that's heading. So this top row here, we have the King of Rods, Alchemy, which would be Temperance in other decks, the Queen of Rods, Three of Cups, the Ten of Rods, and the Ten of Swords. So this is like what's going on with you right now. And what I'm seeing here with the King and the Queen of Rods on either side of Alchemy is that there's a relationship in your life which is very important right now, which is taking up a lot of your time and energy and focus. And I think that it is, it's kind of negatively impacting your friendships. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but we have, the Three of Cups here with both the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, which are things that are ending. So that you actually have another Ten of Wands here. So I think that there's this burden that you have, that you've taken on, or that other people feel, and there's something, tens are endings and tens are, completions. So I think that there's something, the Three of Cups is such a joyful card of, friends getting together, and I feel like this relationship here with the king and the queen together, it might be a relationship that you are in. It might be a relationship that someone is in, that is, maybe you're one of these friends and your friendships have been strained because someone in your friend group has formed a relationship outside of it. But there's definitely this power couple, and just because they're a king and a queen doesn't mean it is a heterosexual male-female couple. The cards are energies, they're not genders, but it's definitely this balance of force, both in the Wands energy, which is fire. They're both very passionate, strong-willed people. They get what they want. They won't listen to anything else. They can be very stubborn with that fire energy. And with the alchemy in between, this couple is very, maybe other people thought they wouldn't work out, or that they have too much that's different between them, but they're really, right now, they're really making it work, and they're very powerful, and it is impacting friendships and other social situations in your life, whether you are a member of this couple or you are outside of this couple and they're drawing people away from you. I'm not sure. It's a general reading. It could be either way for, different people who are watching this. But, with this Ten of Wands, it says oppression on the bottom of this card, and it's really just, it's an ending, but it's like you're so close to the end. You're like, I've been working on this, I've been carrying this burden, I am so close to being able to set it down. I just want to finish it. I just want to, I don't want to just drop it here. I don't want to just end it. I want to finish this task. But knowing that it's over. And then the Ten of Swords is, it's this defeat card in other decks. This is the Quantum Tarot. This is kind of traditionally depicted as someone with 10 swords in their back. So it's, it's a real ending, but more on the mental plane than the fiery, passionate plane that the Ten of Wands is. And so it's just kind of like a grinding down. So there's something going on right now that there's a relationship, you might be part of it, you might not, and it's causing endings in your life. This could even be, if it's a job situation you're in, this could even be, the people that run your company that are, very forceful. So the situation that what you're looking for here, the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Hermit. One with the Queen of Pentacles, I think that there's so much fire energy happening here with this Queen and King of Wands that you're looking for more that earthy, kind of quiet, just nurturing, kind of just the stable energy, the slow energy. And with the Tower, you kind of want to blow shit up. You don't like how things are going right now. You are hoping for the Tower. You are hoping that something comes and just knocks things flat so that they're not a problem for you anymore. And then the Hermit. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on in your social life right now that you just want to be by yourself. You, and you're thinking that the only way that that's going to work is if you have this tower event that just, and then it's not a problem anymore. So, you know, you want to retreat. You want to go to yourself, to the mountains. You want this earthy energy of the Queen of Pentacles. You want, if you were part of this couple here, if you were one of these, this Wands couple, I think that you might be feeling a little bit, you may have noticed that it's taking all of your time and all of your energy and feeling a little bit worn out. And maybe it's just burning so bright with all of this fiery wand energy that you're really just, you know, you want this Pentacles energy. You want things to just slow down and be comfortable for a little while and not always have to be on fire. So yeah, I think, you know, you want the tower. The other thing that the tower could be saying is that you are waiting for that strike of lightning, of inspiration to tell you what to do, to tell you your next step. That it's a little bit more judgment card in my mind, but you know, you're just, yeah, you want to blow shit up or have it blown up for you, so that it's not your problem anymore. And what you need to avoid, what you need to move away from. So we have the Ten of Wands here again, which you're currently in. So I think, you know, this is a burden that you, as much as you want to, whatever this is, as much as you want to see it through, as much as you think that it's your job to see it through, you've made promises, people depend on you, whatever your story is, you don't have to see it through. You don't have to keep doing that thing. That you've taken on that burden, you have accepted it, but that doesn't mean you've accepted it forever. It doesn't mean you've accepted it until someone else lets you free. You can put it down. This is a distraction for you. This is pulling you away from your goal. And we have here the Three of Swords with it. So, you know, this is heartbreak. This is loss. This is, you know, everyone wants to avoid the Three of Swords. That seems kind of like obvious, like, oh, I should avoid heartbreak. Thank you, I will. But I think, you know, it's related to this Ten of Rods. It's related to this burden that you're carrying that it just keeps weighing you down. And then we have here with it the Justice card. So interesting that, you know, justice is something to avoid. So justice is something that you are, that is a distraction and is bad for you right now. But I think that, I think in this case, I think it's going along with this Ten of Rods idea. You are trying so hard to be fair. You are trying so hard to make sure that everyone is taken care of, that everyone has what they need, that you don't have what you need. You are not being taken care of. And you know, that's why you're like, just blow it up. I don't need to carry the wands anymore if they're blown up. And then it's out of my hands. And so there's sort of like, if left in your hands, you'll keep doing the burden. You'll keep doing that thing that you don't really want to because you think that it's the right thing to do, that, you know, it's justice. It's, you want to keep doing this. Or even if you don't want to keep doing it, you feel that you must. But if there was a lightning bolt that just happened to come out of the sky and blow the situation up so it didn't exist anymore, then you wouldn't feel bad about putting down that burden. So I just want to say, you can put it down. You don't have to wait until disaster strikes and everything is a giant pile of rubble in order to stop working on this thing that is troubling you. You can just stop. It's totally in your grasp. Or not in your grasp, as it were. Oh, excuse me. So then what we're working towards, where we're going, we have this bottom row here, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Stones, which are also Pentacles, the Chariot, the Five of Swords, the Lovers, and the Five of Pentacles. So we have the Lovers here again, so there is still this relationship energy that's kind of flowing through. And, but we have 2 fives, so around the Lovers. So there's this instability around the Lovers. There's, there's just something that, isn't really working there. And, if you're part of this relationship, maybe that's not the news you want to hear. If this relationship is someone in your friend group that is distracting and you're not in favor of this relationship, then, maybe that's a good thing. But starting down here with this Nine of Pentacles, I really feel like, with the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Chariot, reading like those 3 cards together, I really feel like it is you asserting control of the situation, and really doing the work, maybe focusing on a job instead of, because you want this Queen of Pentacles, this earthy energy. And so I think, you have 2 Pentacles down here to move towards. That's like, you're really focusing on your material well-being, focusing on your work, focusing on your financial stability, focusing on your home that you live in, focusing on material things. So not necessarily just money and work, but the things that you can feel and touch and, just really interact with, to really focus on that. That'll, they're stones. They'll give you that grounding energy that I think that you're missing right now. The Nine of Pentacles sometimes is I think it relates to this Hermit here, that the Nine of Pentacles is alone in her garden, that she has everything she needs physically, but she's kind of isolated from other people. And the Hermit is a card that in the what are you looking for, so I think that kind of like withdrawing from the situation around you and kind of just shoring up your own physical well-being is the direction that you want to be going in. And the Chariot is saying, the Chariot is actually an interesting parallel to the Alchemy or Temperance card up here, because they're both about bringing together energies that seem impossible to bring together. Alchemy card is about blending them and making them smooth and making them work together. And the Chariot is just like brute force harnessing those 2 different horses together, or, those 2 different sphinxes. And, in this deck, it's about, Einstein's theory of relativity. So, but it's about, really bringing together things that don't seem like they mesh, and just brute forcing them to work together. So it's sort of an earlier iteration of the same sort of energy. So I think that I really feel like this is about you taking your power back and driving in the way that you want it to go to shore up your personal well-being. And then these 3 cards together, the Five of Swords, the Lovers, and the Five of Pentacles, like I said, 5s are instability, and the Five of Swords is this sort of unwinnable situation, this sort of people are coming at you in kind of a backstabby, underhanded kind of way, and it's a cycle that you don't want to be in. The Five of Pentacles, in kind of contrast with these Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles can be a loss of financial stability. It can be, it's just financial instability, basically. But the other thing is that there's always 2 people in the cards. And so I think that does hit to the Lovers, that this relationship, if you're in a relationship, or if you're starting a relationship, or if you're looking for a relationship, it has to be someone who will accept you no matter what your own financial situation is. It has to be someone who will support you emotionally, no matter what, like from, wedding vows of, like in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, that's what you need to focus on, is not someone who is with you in your best time, but someone who is willing to be with you and help you lift you up when you're at the low points. But I think that for right now, you really do want to focus on yourself. You want to make yourself stable so that it doesn't really matter what all these people are doing around you, because I think that there's a lot of different energies kind of swirling around you right now, and people are asking a lot of you. And if you withdraw, if you become that hermit, if you become that Nine of Pentacles in the garden, and really focus on yourself and building yourself up and being the best you, then it doesn't matter what those other people around you are doing, because they won't be able to pull you down. And if a tower event does happen, the stronger you are, the better you'll be able to sustain it. Even if it's a tower event that you want to happen because you want it all gone and you're feeling kind of nihilistic about it, you can still be hurt by that tower. So, focus on you. I think that is the big message here. And, this couple here, they seem like a good power couple, but I think that they are creating a lot of tension. And if this is you in this couple, I think that that you're creating this tension, and that it's not the stable relationship that it appears to be. And no matter how powerful you feel in this relationship, you will feel more powerful outside of the relationship and taking some of that power back. Because I think that someone who's in this relationship is not hoping for the tower. If this was as good as you wanted to think it is. But I'm really feeling like this is something else that's happening in your life. This is a friend's relationship. This is a parent's relationship. This is a employer's relationship. This is something that's directly impacting you rather than directly involved in it. So I hope that some of this resonated with you. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love talking with people in the comments about what made sense and, what didn't quite work. Subscribe. I do tarot and reviews every week, and I love to see you back. So thank you so much, and stay safe out there. Welcome to everyone who chose the Ace of Wands for this pick a card reading. So, this Ace of Wands, who's this sort of plant person growing out of this earth through of hands. This deck is, wands are interesting in this deck, but it's very much this growing energy, this life energy. So let's take a look at what's going on with you. So this top row is current events. Over here we have what you're looking for. Over here we have pitfalls and things to avoid. And down here at the bottom row we have the direction things are going in for you and some advice going forward. So looking up here in the top row, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Page of Pentacles, Temperance, the Daughter of Stones, and the Knight of Swords. So we'll take these three cards together, thinking about the Eight of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Page of Pentacles. And so I think that there's a real aspect of learning for you right now. There is both learning in a school setting, possibly, or reading books a lot, but also with the Hangman, a real meditative, contemplative learning. And with the Eight of Pentacles, it's really putting practical skills to use that you're really that you really have nose to the grindstone, really doing the work, getting things done. That the path that you're on. You're very meticulous about that. But there's this real learning energy that you're looking to expand your mind in both the practical and the mystical elements. Looking at these right here, these three, we have Temperance, Daughter of Stones, and Knight of Swords. So I think, the Daughter of Stones is very similar here to the Page of Pentacles, just, different decks. So I think that there's still this learning energy. There's this this expanding yourself energy. But here with Temperance, there's this desire to blend things together, to smooth things over, but also with the Knight of Swords to kind of make things go quickly. I think you may have learned enough things and done enough work that you're ready to put those things into action in a more direct way than the Eight of Pentacles is really just like, okay, I'm doing my work, I do the same thing every day, I am, I'm studious, I do the right thing. Maybe you're feeling like that is kind of reached its end, and to learn more, to do better, you need to be more direct and decisive, like the Knight of Swords, and really just kind of push that idea forward. What you're looking for is a very interesting set of cards. Most people would say that they were negative cards, so it's always interesting when, bad cards show up in a good reading. So we have here the Hierophant, the Five of Stones, and the Nine of Wands. And so I think you're looking for some structure in your life. I think that you're looking for something to push against. Like, this Knight of Swords wants to fight and isn't getting a lot of resistance. And so I think you're looking for structure, but also, I guess you're looking for a bad guy, I think, a little bit. Like the Five of Stones, it says right on the card, material difficulty. The Nine of Wands is about, like, always being on your guard and, like, waiting for the next shoe to drop, or, like, to, like, who's coming after you. It's almost kind of a paranoid energy. And the Hierophant is about, do what I say, because that's the way that it's always been done. And interesting to note that you have the Hierophant again in your advice coming up. So you will be getting that Hierophant energy in your life, that Hierophant energy that you're looking for. But it's a structure that you want. I think that you work best within some sort of container. You don't want that Fool energy of just wide open, anything is possible. You want structure, you want walls, you want to know what direction things are going in. And I don't think that you want material difficulty, but fives are this unstable energy, and I think you're looking for something to fight against. You're looking for a reason to keep doing what you're doing. The Nine of Swords the Nine of Wands here is a protective card that, you're on guard. I think that you're looking for a purpose. And you are thinking that maybe a bad thing happening is the only thing that will give you purpose. So let's look over here about, things to avoid. So we have here the Two of Swords, the Father of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So I think that what is kind of distracting you from your goals are too many choices. The Two of Swords is this peaceful card, but it's also a card of making choices between the two things, between two ideas, between two ways of being. And the Seven of Cups is just, all of the choices in the cups, and everything's up in the air, and everything is possible. And like I said here, I think that you're looking for walls, you're looking for stability, you're looking for boundaries that comforts you. And this idea of you have the choices, you can do anything you want, you can be anything you want to be, isn't something that resonates all that well with you right now. You find that scary more than anything else. And, this, like, in the Father of Wands here, so it's like, this King of Fire, this passion and inspiration, it's not what you're looking for right now. And it's sort of easy to say, well, you should always just be free and be yourself, and, you don't need boundaries, but sometimes we do need boundaries, and that's okay. It's okay that you're looking for, some external stability. You don't always have to be your own stability. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to look for other people to give you guidance. And you shouldn't feel like you're less than because that you want that guidance. You want to look to the Hierophant to say, okay, so what should I do now? He's a spiritual leader. People look to spiritual leaders for guidance. That's normal. That's okay. So I think that this kind of wide-eyed, dreamy aspect here, with the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups and even the King of Wands, just, it's what other people tell you should want, but it's not what you want, and that's okay. Although I don't think that you need to have something bad happen to find a purpose. I think that is probably going a little too far. So what I see for the advice, what's going forward for you, is we have here the Emperor, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant. So I think, looking at the first three cards together, the Emperor, the Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So I think this is, the Emperor is earthly power, material power. And then we have, on the other hand, we have the Hierophant, who is sort of spiritual power. So there is definitely, and then you have the King of Cups in the middle, so there's definitely this, these power positions here. So with the Emperor, we have the Nine of Cups, which, it says fortune on the card. So it, sometimes the Nine of Cups is called the wish card. The Nine of Cups is called the wish card. It's sometimes called the happy merchant, but it is really, cups are water, they're emotion, and it's, the nines are, the second to the last number. It's really having your cup really full and abundant. And then the Ace of Swords is this new idea, this new start, this new seed of ideas. So while you pick the Ace of Wands here, the ace that's come up for you in the reading is the Ace of Swords. So rather than being in this this earthy or this fiery realm of like passion and inspiration, it's this more mental, calculating realm that's going to be starting for you. But I think that you will be able to form an alliance with the Emperor, and that will lead to this Nine of Cups fortune. Maybe not like a fortune like, in money, but it could be. But it could also just being very fortunate, that you'll be able to form an alliance with the Emperor. And over here we have the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant. So we have another cups here, and this Six of Cups is called happiness in the handle deck. And, it's about nostalgia, it's about looking backwards, about something that made us happy when we were children or in the past. And so I think that, paired here with the Hierophant, I think that there is this, there's a structure for you of going back into your past, perhaps, it could be going back to your hometown. It could be reconnecting with a religion from your childhood or from your ancestry that can give you those boundaries, that can give you those walls that you're looking for. And the King of Cups, he is the king of that emotion, that watery aspect. So I think that, this is a very good final row for you, that there are good things coming. This Ace of Swords, I think, is something to really think about going forward, that there is this new idea starting for you. There is this new mental energy starting for you, that will allow you, I think, to, as much as you are looking for these external boundaries and these external controls and looking for advice from people who are in some way that you see as higher up than you, that have more experience in whatever way or more power, and you're looking for their advice and you're looking for their help, I think this Ace of Swords is going to help you see them more as equals and that will help you with these interactions, because if you keep looking up at them, then they're not going to be able to help you in the way that you need. So if you start looking at them eye to eye and see them as equals and see them as partners rather than rulers, I think that you'll get a lot farther in where you want to go. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I do tarot and reviews every week. Leave me a comment. I love to talk to people in the comments about what worked, what didn't work. And, every time I interact with someone who, whether it's an in-person reading or one of these general readings, and they tell me what resonated, it really helps me. Even after 30 years reading cards, it helps me add more to my understanding of the cards, because I am learning every day. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Stay safe out there. Welcome everyone who chose the Ace of Pentacles. So there's sort of the pentacle has this sort of Wheel of Fortune aspect to it, and the sun and the moon balanced with the peoples of earth underneath it. So a real balanced kind of coming together energy is what drew you in. So let's take a look at where you are. So the top row is where you are. Over here we have what you're hoping for. Over here we have what you should avoid. And at the bottom row is, advice and what you're going to be moving into. So where you are right now, there's this real energy of starting over for you. We have the Fool and the Star and the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Father of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So, taking these first three together, the Fool, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Fool is starting his journey, rushing off to see what's available without much thought. The Star is really hope and promise and renewal and these fresh starts. The Star is the first of the celestials after this sort of like underworld path in the car of the cards of death and all the Hangman and the Devil and all of that stuff, the Tower that you've kind of been through. And the Star is the first celestial card of like renewal and hope and thinking what's available to you and wishes. So there's this real optimism. And then the Ace of Cups here is this, start of this new emotion for you. The water and love and creativity and art. And so there's this real sense of renewal and hope for you right now. Looking at these three cards together, the Two of Cups, the Father of Swords, and the Six of Swords, I think with the Two of Cups, there's some sort of either a new romance starting or a new balance with your emotions, basically. Something that is something that's creative that you're starting, it's a real heart connection with another person or with something that just means a lot to you. So, but it's a balance of emotions. And, the Father of Swords can be sort of strict. So I think that you're really... This might be someone who's in your life, this sort of like strict King of Swords type energy. Or it could just be that you are... you're just being really careful about these new emotions, and you're trying not to be hurt like you possibly were in the past. And the Six of Swords is telling me that you are, you're making some changes to actually move away from a situation that was bad for you, that wasn't working, and that you knew wasn't working. And so, yeah, between the Fool and the Six of Swords, you've been going on a journey. You are really, you're really putting yourself out there, and you're trying new things, and it's a little bit scary for you right now. What you are hoping for, we have here the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, or stones in the handle deck, and the High Priestess. Oh, I think I put this down wrong. This deck is hard to tell which way's up. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is he does things in small amounts. He is definitely moving forward. He's planting those seeds. He's working on the project. He's pushing it forward, but he's slow and steady. The Six of Pentacles is, it's a success card, it's the generosity card, it's the getting help card, it's the giving help card, but it's this really stable place of financial stability and success, that you get the help that you need, you're able to give the help that other people need, and it's a real balance of resources. And then the High Priestess is really about inner mysteries and going into your mind and really exploring the big ideas. So I think that you're looking for a stable financial base that you can then explore those big mysteries and really get that information from that High Priestess energy. So, I think that the journey you're on, the restart you're on, everything is open to you right now. You aren't closing off any doors, but what you want is to have a stable base, a home base to go to, and to know that you're safe and secure, and from there to be able to explore some sort of mystical ideas or, the big ideas of the universe. What is pulling you away and what you need to avoid? Well, we have the Tower, the Emperor, and the Eight of Pentacles. And you could say, well, the Tower, doesn't everyone want to avoid the Tower? But just in this very set of pick-a-card readings, I had, one of the other aces has the Tower in the what I want to happen section. So some people do want that big exploding energy to knock things off, to start fresh, but you've already started fresh. You've already done that work. You don't want the Tower to come around and destroy what you've just started building. And I think that really ties into this. There's some sort of job aspect here, because there's the Emperor and then there's the Eight of Pentacles. So maybe this is as simple as reading right to left. You don't want your job to be destroyed. That would certainly impact your financial well-being. On the other hand, maybe there's something about your job or your employment situation that is destroying something else. So, these are general readings. For one person, it could be that you are trying with everything you have to hang on to the job you have. And for another person, you might hate your job, and the job is the Tower in your life. So, different people will feel these cards in different ways. But yeah, there's definitely something about this Emperor energy that is a stumbling block for you, that is getting in your way of what you want of this, especially this is like a job, this is getting in your way of having a stable base to go to that you can explore from. Where things are leading, so we have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Rods, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So you've got a lot of pentacles going on here. So I think that there is definitely, you picked the Ace of Pentacles, and I think that this is definitely that earthy, that money energy, that material energy is really what your focus is on. And we have a lot of other pentacles in your spread here. So, I think that definitely will keep being a focus for you. Reading these three cards together, the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles, I think, the Two of Pentacles is a juggling act. It's really about keeping everything up in the air, even when there's chaos around you. And the Five of Swords is a bit of chaos. So the good news is that you're actually really good at, about keeping those balls in the air, about keeping and juggling, keeping things going, even when this Five of Swords situation happens. That you can withstand the Five of Swords. You can withstand this, the card says defeat on it. But, that has that backstabbing energy, that kind of subterfuge, people coming after you, things getting in your way, losing battles. you can withstand that because you have this Two of Pentacles energy and you can keep juggling. Other people don't have the ability to keep juggling, but you do. And that keeps you in the Four of Pentacles, which is, it's about conserving resources. The Four of Pentacles can have kind of a bad reputation as though it's a miser, it's stingy, but you're looking for financial stability, you're looking for safety, and the Four of Pentacles is the stable card of Pentacles. It is that stability. So I think that, when you have these setbacks, and we all have setbacks, you are actually really good at keeping those things up in the air, keeping things moving, keeping things going, no matter what the chaos is, because, there's a lot of chaos in these waves behind the juggler here. And, but they're focused on those balls. They're focused on those pentacles. They're, keeping things spinning. So yeah, that will keep you in that Four of Pentacles stability that you want, which I think here, it's a good thing. You want that stability because you're not quite at this Six of Pentacles where you have the resources to give out yet. You can't really afford to be generous right now. You're focused on your own stability. You want to be generous. You definitely, you want to be able to help out others and to be generous. But you're not quite there right now. And it's okay that you're focused on keeping yourself stable and finding that stability. Looking at these next three cards together, we have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So, the Six of Swords is a triumph. The Six of Swords, the Six of Rods. I say swords? Yeah, Six of Rods, Eight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. The Six of Rods is a triumph. The Six of Rods is a victory parade. It is getting what you want. It is coming home, the conqueror, everyone loves you. But then the Eight of Swords is this kind of feeling of being trapped in a cage that you've created. And how do you get out of this situation? And then the Seven of Pentacles is, it's work. It is reaching a boundary, and you have to decide, do you harvest what you have created already? Do you pull that harvest in, or do you try to keep it going, and wait longer to see, if you wait longer, I think the trick here is that if you wait longer to see if it'll ripen a little bit more, if it'll get a little bit better, there's the danger that it will, to take the growing analogy further, that it will rot on the vine, that an animal will come and eat it out of your garden before you can get to it. So I think that with this looking for stability that you're doing, I think you will achieve success, but you can also tie yourself up in what ifs and maybes, and you need to really think about the timing of the things that you're working on to get that stability, because it might be better to harvest what you have and bring it in, and have that to work with, rather than to keep trying to see if it will get better, because you could lose it in that process. And maybe that's what that Eight of Swords kind of, what can I do? I'm trapped in the swords energy is all about, is trying to get that balance right. But I think the Seven of Swords is telling you that it's time to pull the harvest in. So yeah, I think going forward, you will definitely have some setbacks. There are a lot of mental setbacks with the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you have to just kind of get over, those mental blocks in your head. But you will definitely have success and be able to, build your stability farther. But you just need to know that it's time to pull those harvests in to you be able to restart. But I think, you know, you're in this really hopeful place right now, and I think, you know, you can keep that going. Nothing can be sunshine and rainbows forever. Like, you will see some setbacks, but you are really good at getting past them. You are really good at doing that that juggling dance. You know, the Six of Rods, it's a victory. You will achieve some of what you're looking for. You just, you know, you need to plan it, and I think that you will be able to do that. So I hope this was useful for you. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love to talk about the readings in the comments. If you agreed, if you don't agree, how things resonated in your life. And, you know, subscribe, and I will see you back here next week. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much.